In the rural heartlands of Thailand, amidst the lush greenery and the tranquility of the ancient forests, lived a monk named Ajahn Chah. Ajahn Chah's journey began in a small village in Thailand. Born into a modest family, he entered the monkhood as a young man, seeking answers to the deep existential questions that stirred within him. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. His quest for understanding led him to wander through the forests, learning from various meditation masters and subjecting himself to the rigorous ascetic practices of the Thai forest tradition. One day, as the political and social turmoil began to encroach upon the tranquil life of the villages and monasteries, Ajahn Chah was confronted by a group of hostile individuals. They were upset by his growing influence and the stark contrast of his teachings of peace against the backdrop of social unrest. They came with harsh words, intending to intimidate and perhaps even harm him. Ajahn Chah listened quietly, his mind still as the forest around him. As the angry words poured out like a venomous cascade, he simply smiled gently. When the moment came for him to speak, he shared a parable about the mind being like a tree and the words of others being like the wind. If the tree stands firm, deeply rooted in the earth, no wind can topple it. He continued to explain that one's enemies are not the people who harbor ill will against us, but rather our own reactions of anger, fear, and aversion. He taught that understanding and compassion, even towards those who wish us harm, disarms the greatest of enemies, our inner turmoil. By not harboring hatred or fear, and by understanding the nature of impermanent emotions, one can remain at peace, no matter the external circumstances. The group, initially fueled by anger and misunderstanding, found themselves disarmed by Ajahn Chah's composure and wisdom. What started as a confrontation turned into a session of learning and reflection. Many of them left with a new perspective, some even becoming his disciples. Ajahn Chah's simple yet profound insight spread far and wide, touching the hearts of many. He taught that the real battle is not against the external foes, but the inner ones. By cultivating mindfulness, compassion, and understanding, one can navigate through life's challenges with grace and inner peace. He did not use anger or frustration against his enemies. He guided them as if they were his own brothers and sisters.